In a world teeming with distractions and demands, finding time to focus on oneself often feels like a luxury rather than a necessity. Yet, as the Buddha wisely noted, you yourself, as much as anyone in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. This statement serves as a powerful reminder that prioritizing our relationship with ourselves is not selfish. It's essential. By turning inward and cultivating self-awareness, self-compassion, and mindfulness, we pave the way for personal growth, emotional resilience, and a life of authenticity and fulfillment. To embark on this journey of self-focus, we must first understand the significance of self-awareness. At its heart, self-awareness is the practice of observing our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors with curiosity and compassion. It allows us to uncover the fears that hold us back, the beliefs that shape our perceptions, and the patterns that influence our decisions. Imagine a moment when you feel overwhelmed by stress. Without self-awareness, this stress might manifest as irritability or withdrawal. However, by pausing to reflect on the root of these feelings, you might discover they stem from unrealistic expectations or unaddressed anxieties. This insight empowers you to take intentional steps to address the source of your discomfort, rather than being swept away by it. Self-awareness is deepened through the practice of self-reflection. Setting aside time for introspection creates space to examine our experiences and challenges with an open mind. For example, journaling about a difficult interaction with a colleague might reveal underlying insecurities or unmet needs that influenced your response. By identifying these patterns, you gain the clarity needed to approach similar situations with greater understanding and intentionality. Over time, this practice transforms self-awareness into a tool for continuous growth and self-discovery. Central to self-awareness is the concept of detaching from external distractions. In our fast-paced, technology-driven world, it's easy to lose ourselves in the constant buzz of notifications and the pressures of social media. To truly focus on ourselves, we must learn to create boundaries and redirect our attention inward. This doesn't mean isolating ourselves from the world. Rather, it's about consciously choosing where to invest our energy. Imagine setting aside specific times each day to disconnect from your phone and immerse yourself in the present moment. Whether through a quiet walk in nature, a moment of meditation, or simply savoring a meal without distractions, these practices allow us to reconnect with our inner selves and find clarity amidst the noise. Mindfulness is a powerful tool in this process. By bringing our awareness to the present moment, we cultivate a sense of calm and focus that helps us navigate life's complexities. Picture yourself feeling anxious about an upcoming presentation. Instead of spiraling into worst-case scenarios, mindfulness encourages you to ground yourself in the present by focusing on your breath or the sensations in your body. This practice not only soothes your nerves, but also enhances your ability to perform with confidence and clarity. Another transformative principle on this journey is embracing impermanence and non-attachment. Buddhism teaches that all things are in a constant state of flux. Our relationships, possessions, and even our own identities are ever-changing. By accepting this truth, we liberate ourselves from the suffering caused by clinging to what is transient. For instance, consider the end of a cherished relationship. While the loss may bring grief, embracing impermanence allows us to honor the memories and lessons of that connection without being defined by its absence. This perspective fosters resilience and opens our hearts to new possibilities. Non-attachment, a complementary practice, invites us to release our fixation on outcomes and external validations. It's not about indifference, but about cultivating inner freedom and balance. Imagine working tirelessly on a project, only to face criticism or unexpected setbacks. Non-attachment helps you appreciate the effort and growth involved, rather than tying your sense of worth to the results. This mindset shift not only reduces stress, but also enhances your ability to adapt and thrive in the face of challenges. As we deepen our self-focus, the practice of self-compassion emerges as a cornerstone of emotional resilience. Too often, we are our own harshest critics, quick to judge ourselves for perceived shortcomings. Yet, as we would comfort a friend in distress, we must learn to extend the same kindness and understanding to ourselves. Consider a moment when you've made a mistake, perhaps missing an important deadline. Instead of berating yourself, self-compassion encourages you to acknowledge your effort, reflect on what can be learned, and move forward with renewed determination. This practice transforms setbacks into opportunities for growth, fostering a sense of inner strength and self-worth. Self-compassion can be cultivated through intentional practices such as positive self-talk and self-care. Paying attention to your inner dialogue and replacing self-critical thoughts with affirming ones can shift your perspective over time. Similarly, engaging in activities that nurture your well-being, like spending time in nature, practicing yoga, or enjoying a creative hobby, reinforces the message that you are deserving of care and joy. These acts of self-love create a foundation for greater resilience and authenticity. Mindfulness and self-compassion are further enriched by the practice of gratitude. Gratitude invites us to focus on the abundance in our lives, rather than what we perceive as lacking. Imagine keeping a gratitude journal where you note 3 things you appreciate each day: a kind word from a colleague, the warmth of the sun on your face, or the comfort of a good book. Over time, this practice shifts your mindset, cultivating a sense of contentment and appreciation that permeates every aspect of your life. As we integrate these practices into our lives, the importance of setting boundaries becomes clear. Boundaries act as safeguards for our mental, emotional, and physical well-being, ensuring that we can prioritize self-care without guilt. For instance, learning to say no to excessive demands at work allows you to protect your time and energy for the relationships and activities that truly matter. Boundaries empower us to engage with others from a place of wholeness and authenticity, fostering healthier and more fulfilling connections. Ultimately, the journey of self-focus is a dynamic process of growth and discovery. It requires us to embrace vulnerability, acknowledge our imperfections, and cultivate a deep connection with our inner selves. Through mindfulness, self-compassion, and gratitude, we create a life that reflects our values and aspirations. By letting go of external distractions and embracing impermanence, we find freedom and joy in the present moment. And by setting boundaries and prioritizing self-care, we lay the groundwork for a balanced and purposeful existence. If you found these reflections inspiring, I invite you to join our community at Buddhism in Modern Life. By subscribing to our channel, you'll gain access to insights and practices that support your journey of self-discovery and inner peace. Together, we can explore the timeless wisdom of Buddhism and its relevance in today's world, creating a space for shared growth and understanding. As we close this first chapter, let us carry forward the intention to prioritize our well-being and embrace the transformative power of self-focus. In the next section, we will delve deeper into the role of mindfulness and meditation in fostering resilience and clarity, exploring how these practices help us navigate the complexities of modern life with grace and intention. The journey continues, each step bringing us closer to a life of authenticity, balance, and fulfillment. Continuing on this path of self-focus and inner discovery, we now delve deeper into the transformative role of mindfulness and meditation. These practices serve as both the foundation and the vehicle for cultivating resilience, clarity, and emotional balance. In the whirlwind of modern life, mindfulness and meditation offer a refuge, a space to pause, breathe, and reconnect with our truest selves. Mindfulness, at its essence, is the art of being fully present in the moment. It invites us to engage with life as it unfolds, without judgment or distraction. This practice might sound simple, but its impact is profound. Consider a moment when you've been caught up in worry about the future or regret about the past. Mindfulness gently redirects your attention to the present, where life is actually happening. Whether it's the sensation of your feet on the ground, the sound of birdsong, or the rhythm of your breath, these anchors bring you back to the here and now, grounding you in reality. One of the most powerful tools for cultivating mindfulness is meditation. Meditation creates a dedicated time and space for stillness and reflection, allowing us to observe our thoughts and emotions without becoming entangled in them. Picture yourself sitting quietly, eyes closed, as you focus on the natural flow of your breath. First, your mind may wander to your to-do list, a recent conversation, or an upcoming event. This is natural. The practice of meditation lies in gently guiding your attention back to the breath, again and again. Over time, this repeated redirection strengthens your ability to focus and fosters a sense of inner calm. The benefits of meditation extend far beyond the moments spent on the cushion. Regular practice enhances our ability to navigate stress, make thoughtful decisions, and respond to challenges with equanimity. For instance, imagine encountering a conflict at work. In the past, you might have reacted impulsively, letting frustration dictate your response. But with the clarity cultivated through meditation, you pause, take a deep breath, and approach the situation with composure and empathy. This shift not only diffuses tension, but also strengthens relationships and builds trust. Mindfulness and meditation also deepen our self-awareness, revealing patterns of thought and behavior that may have previously gone unnoticed. Through this lens of awareness, we begin to understand the roots of our fears, desires, and habitual reactions. For example, during a meditation session, you might notice a recurring thought about not being good enough. Instead of pushing it away, mindfulness encourages you to explore this thought with curiosity and compassion. Where does it come from? How does it influence your actions? This process of inquiry uncovers valuable insights, paving the way for healing and growth. As we cultivate mindfulness, we also strengthen our ability to embrace impermanence and non-attachment. Life is a constant ebb and flow, marked by beginnings and endings, joys and sorrows. Mindfulness teaches us to witness these fluctuations without clinging to what is pleasant or resisting what is painful. Imagine watching waves on the shore, some gentle, some powerful, each one rising and falling in its own time. This imagery reflects the transient nature of our experiences. By observing them without attachment, we find freedom and peace amidst the ever-changing tides of life. The practice of mindfulness extends beyond formal meditation into every aspect of daily living. This concept, often referred to as mindful living, transforms ordinary moments into opportunities for presence and connection. Take the simple act of eating, for example. Instead of rushing through a meal while distracted by your phone or thoughts, mindfulness invites you to fully experience the flavors, textures, and aromas of your food. This practice not only enhances enjoyment, but also fosters gratitude for the nourishment you receive. Another example of mindful living is the practice of mindful communication. In conversations, we often find ourselves planning our response or getting distracted rather than truly listening. Mindfulness encourages us to give our full attention to the person speaking, observing their words, tone, and body language. This level of presence strengthens understanding and fosters deeper, more meaningful connections. As we integrate mindfulness into our lives, it's important to remember that this journey is not about achieving perfection, but about cultivating a compassionate relationship with ourselves. There will be days when mindfulness feels effortless and others when distractions seem insurmountable. These fluctuations are part of the process. The key is to approach each moment with kindness and persistence, trusting that every small step contributes to a larger transformation. The impact of mindfulness and meditation is not limited to personal well-being. It extends to our interactions with the world around us. By cultivating inner peace, we become better equipped to contribute to harmony in our relationships, communities, and beyond. Imagine a leader who practices mindfulness. Their ability to remain calm under pressure, listen deeply, and respond thoughtfully inspires trust and collaboration among their team. Similarly, a parent who embodies mindfulness creates a nurturing environment where children feel seen, heard, and valued. These practices also foster a sense of interconnectedness, reminding us that we are part of a larger whole. As we observe the impermanence and interdependence of all things, we develop greater compassion for ourselves and others. This understanding encourages us to act with kindness and consideration, knowing that our choices ripple outward, influencing the world in ways we may never fully see. To support this journey, consider creating a dedicated space for mindfulness and meditation in your daily routine. This could be as simple as a corner of your home with a comfortable cushion, a candle, or a meaningful object that brings you peace. Setting aside even just 5 or 10 minutes a day for practice can make a profound difference over time. As your practice deepens, You may find that these moments of stillness become the anchor that grounds you amidst life's turbulence. If you're inspired by these practices and wish to explore them further, I invite you to join our community at Buddhism in Modern Life. By subscribing to our channel, you'll discover more insights and guided practices to support your journey. Together, we can cultivate mindfulness and bring the wisdom of Buddhism into our daily lives, creating a ripple effect of peace and clarity as we move forward. The next section will explore how self-compassion and self-love play a crucial role in deepening our connection with ourselves and others. These practices, when paired with mindfulness, create a foundation for resilience, authenticity, and joy. The journey continues, offering new opportunities to grow, heal, and thrive. Building upon the foundation of mindfulness and meditation, we now turn to the profound practices of self-compassion and self-love. These principles form the heart of personal transformation, offering a path to greater resilience, authenticity, and joy. When paired with mindfulness, self-compassion becomes a powerful tool for healing and growth, while self-love provides the emotional sustenance needed to navigate life's challenges with grace and confidence. Self-compassion invites us to treat ourselves with the same kindness and understanding we would extend to a dear friend. Too often, we fall into the trap of self-criticism, magnifying our flaws and minimizing our strengths. This harsh inner dialogue not only undermines our self-worth, but also creates barriers to growth and connection. Imagine a moment when you've made a mistake, perhaps forgetting an important commitment or falling short of a goal. Instead of berating yourself, self-compassion encourages you to pause, acknowledge the difficulty of the situation, and offer yourself words of comfort and encouragement. This shift in perspective fosters emotional resilience, transforming setbacks into opportunities for learning and self-improvement. One effective way to cultivate self-compassion is through the practice of positive self-talk. Pay attention to the tone of your inner dialogue and challenge negative or judgmental thoughts when they arise. For example, if you catch yourself thinking, "I'll never be good enough," counter this with a more compassionate statement, such as, "I am doing my best, and it's okay to make mistakes." Over time, this practice rewires your mindset, building a foundation of self-acceptance and inner strength. Another pathway to self-compassion is engaging in acts of self-care. Self-care is not a luxury. It is an essential component of well-being. Whether it's setting aside time for a hobby, taking a relaxing walk in nature, or simply allowing yourself to rest when you're tired, these moments of care send a powerful message. I am worthy of love and attention. Consider someone who spends their days caring for others, whether as a parent, caregiver, or professional. Without prioritizing their own needs, they may eventually feel depleted or burned out. By incorporating self-care into their routine, they replenish their energy and maintain the emotional capacity to support others. Self-love, closely intertwined with self-compassion, involves embracing ourselves fully, both our strengths and our vulnerabilities. It's about recognizing our inherent worth, independent of external achievements or approval. This practice can be particularly challenging in a world that often equates value with productivity or appearance. However, self-love invites us to step away from these societal pressures and celebrate the unique qualities that make us who we are. For example, think of an artist who struggles with self-doubt, comparing their work to others in their field. By practicing self-love, they can shift their focus from comparison to self-expression, finding joy in the creative process rather than seeking validation from others. One of the most transformative aspects of self-love is the practice of embracing imperfection. None of us are without flaws, and striving for perfection only leads to frustration and self-doubt. Instead, self-love encourages us to view our imperfections as part of our humanity. Imagine a musician who misses a note during a performance. Instead of dwelling on the mistake, they might remind themselves that even the most skilled performers have off moments. This mindset allows them to continue playing with confidence and passion, inspiring others with their resilience. As we nurture self-compassion and self-love, we also strengthen our relationships with others. When we treat ourselves with kindness, we become more understanding and empathetic toward those around us. For instance, A teacher who practices self-compassion is more likely to approach their students' mistakes with patience and encouragement, creating a supportive learning environment. Similarly, a partner who embraces self-love is less likely to seek validation from their significant other, fostering a healthier and more balanced relationship. These practices also empower us to set boundaries and prioritize our well-being. Boundaries are essential for maintaining healthy relationships and protecting our mental and emotional health. They allow us to communicate our needs and limits with clarity and respect. Consider someone who constantly feels overwhelmed by requests for their time and energy. By learning to say no when necessary, they create space to focus on what truly matters, reducing stress and preventing burnout. Setting boundaries is an act of self-respect that ultimately benefits both ourselves and those around us. Self-compassion and self-love are further enriched by the practice of gratitude. Gratitude shifts our focus from what we lack to what we have, fostering a sense of abundance and contentment. Imagine starting each day by reflecting on 3 things you're grateful for. Whether it's the support of a friend, the beauty of a sunrise, or the opportunity to pursue your passions. This simple practice not only uplifts your mood, but also strengthens your ability to navigate challenges with optimism and resilience. To integrate these principles into your daily life, consider creating rituals that reinforce self-compassion and self-love. This could be as simple as writing affirmations, dedicating time for reflection, or practicing mindful self-care. For example, you might end each day by journaling about a moment when you showed kindness to yourself or others. Over time, these rituals become powerful reminders of your inherent worth and capacity for growth. If these insights resonate with you, I encourage you to join our community at Buddhism in Modern Life. By subscribing to our channel, you'll find inspiration and practical tools to deepen your practice of self-compassion and self-love. Together, we can explore the transformative power of these teachings and create a more compassionate and authentic way of living. As we move toward the final section, we will explore how these practices culminate in a life of balance and authenticity. By aligning our actions with our values and embracing the journey of self-discovery, we can create a fulfilling and meaningful life. The path continues, offering new opportunities to grow, connect, and thrive. As we reach the final chapter of this exploration, it is time to bring together the insights and practices we have uncovered and see how they lead to a life of balance and authenticity. This culmination is not about reaching a fixed destination, but about embodying a way of living that is rooted in awareness, compassion, and alignment with our values. By integrating the principles of mindfulness, self-compassion, self-love, and gratitude, we can create a life that feels whole and meaningful, one that reflects our deepest truths and aspirations. Balance, at its core, is about harmonizing the different aspects of our lives. It's the ability to honor our responsibilities while also making space for rest, connection, and joy. In today's fast-paced world, finding balance can feel elusive, but it is not impossible. The key lies in intentionality, making conscious choices that reflect our priorities and values. For example, consider someone who feels overwhelmed by work demands. By setting clear boundaries, such as turning off work notifications during personal hours or scheduling time for hobbies, they create a structure that supports both productivity and well-being. This intentional approach not only reduces stress, but also enhances their overall quality of life. Achieving balance also involves embracing the practice of saying no. Many of us struggle with this, fearing that setting limits might disappoint others or damage relationships. However, saying no is a powerful act of self-respect. It allows us to protect our time and energy for what truly matters. Imagine a parent who constantly feels stretched thin between work and family commitments. By learning to decline unnecessary obligations, they free up space to be fully present with their children and themselves, fostering deeper connections and personal fulfillment. Authenticity is another cornerstone of a balanced life. Living authentically means aligning our actions with our values and being true to ourselves, even when it's uncomfortable or challenging. It requires us to let go of the masks we wear to fit societal expectations and instead embrace our unique identities. Think of someone who has always followed a conventional career path to please their family, despite yearning for a more creative pursuit. by choosing to honor their passion, they not only find greater fulfillment, but also inspire others to do the same. Authenticity liberates us from the need for external validation, allowing us to live with integrity and purpose. This journey toward balance and authenticity is deeply intertwined with the practice of vulnerability. Vulnerability requires us to open ourselves to the full range of human experiences: joy, pain, uncertainty, and everything in between. It takes courage to share our truths and to risk rejection or failure. But it is through vulnerability that we form genuine connections and deepen our relationships. Consider a time when you shared a personal struggle with a trusted friend. Their response, whether it was empathy, support, or simply listening, likely strengthened your bond and reminded you of the power of being seen and understood. As we cultivate balance and authenticity, the practice of gratitude becomes a guiding light. Gratitude shifts our perspective from scarcity to abundance, helping us appreciate the richness of our lives. It reminds us to cherish the small, often overlooked moments that bring joy and meaning. For instance, a morning cup of tea enjoyed in quiet reflection, a kind gesture from a stranger, or the laughter shared with loved ones. These moments, though fleeting, are the threads that weave the fabric of a fulfilling life. Gratitude also enhances our resilience in the face of challenges. When difficulties arise, it can be easy to focus on what's going wrong. But by intentionally seeking out what we can be grateful for, we strengthen our ability to navigate adversity with grace. Imagine someone facing a health setback. While acknowledging the difficulty of their situation, they might also express gratitude for the support of their friends or the lessons they've learned through the experience. This mindset doesn't negate their pain, but allows them to move through it with a sense of hope and strength. The culmination of these practices leads to a life of purpose, one that feels aligned with who we are and what we value. Purpose is not about grand achievements or external accolades. It's about living in a way that feels meaningful to us. For some, this might involve nurturing relationships, contributing to their community, or pursuing creative endeavors. For others, it might mean dedicating time to personal growth or spiritual exploration. Whatever form it takes, purpose provides a sense of direction and fulfillment that anchors us amidst life's uncertainties. To fully embrace this way of living, reflection becomes an essential practice. Taking time to pause and evaluate whether our actions align with our values helps us stay on course. For example, you might set aside a few moments each week to journal about what brought you joy, what challenged you, and what you'd like to focus on moving forward. This habit not only deepens self-awareness, but also reinforces your commitment to living authentically and intentionally. As we conclude this journey, it's worth acknowledging that the path to balance, authenticity, and purpose is not linear. There will be setbacks and moments of doubt, but these are part of the process. What matters is our willingness to keep showing up, to learn from our experiences, and to extend compassion to ourselves along the way. Each step we take brings us closer to the life we envision, one that is rich in meaning, connection, and joy. If you've been inspired by these reflections, I warmly invite you to join our community at Buddhism in Modern Life. By subscribing to our channel, you'll find resources, insights, and support to continue your journey of self-discovery and growth. Together, we can explore the timeless wisdom of Buddhism and its relevance in creating lives of balance and authenticity. And so, as this chapter comes to a close, let us carry forward the lessons we've learned. Let us prioritize our well-being, nurture our relationships, and live in alignment with our values. Let us embrace the journey with open hearts, knowing that the path itself is the destination. The possibilities are endless, and the journey is yours to shape.